Yeah. Semper, though, I gotta ask though, is there any other New Zealand rappers doing what you're doing at the level that you're doing it at?
Um, there's Lil Bubblegum. He's not in, sort of in the same genre, but he makes some sort of like lo-fi sounding like jazz sample type shit, and he's blowing up right now. He's shout out Bubblegum. He's the man. Such a humble dude. Um, is Herman. Herman makes sort of like funk type shit, but he changed up his name. Um, but yeah, not many. I don't know anyone that makes like even like remotely similar music to me. But there's a few artists doing their thing over here.
Well, what would you categorize your music as, if you want?
I don't even know anymore, really. Originally, like, I'm kind of just like mixing elements at this point of like lo-fi, hi-fi, fucking trap, funk shit, just atmospheric type stuff.
Every time you release a new project, bro, straight up, there's like something new involved with it.
Yeah,
It just keeps stacking up with just different elements.
Yep.
yeah. I'm just trying to just keep changing up, I guess. Trying to keep new.
I want to ask both of you this sort of. I don't know. This is a decent question. It's not as good as my questions about Gangsta Pat, but when was like the first time that both of you touched a DAW to make something music related? Start with Teddy first. I've been telling Sumper to go first all the time.
Um, Probably. I mean, my dad was a musician, so when he was younger, when his band was recording, they would go in his little home studio. He had a little analog
You
setup.
play bass, right, for a band? Right?
Yeah, I played bass. I also play drums as well. I mean, as well as guitar, but I primarily play bass and drums. But he would let me mess around with the mixer knobs after his band. So early as I would say 98, 99, probably. But like actually seriously, probably 2008, 2009.
Yeah, yeah. And you made that one song, and when you were drunk one night, and then who reposted it? It wasn't like APOC Crisis or some shit.
Yeah, shout out APOC Crisis, bro. Teddy Slugz was birthed from just a. I was smashed off the 211s. I was real deal. I was smashed off the 211s, and I had already had like a little studio set up just from being in various hardcore bands, and made a track. Went to his track train, bought a beat, made a song, posted it. Woke up in the morning, he had reposted it, and I had rest is history with that.
Yeah. And then Coast
Oh, yeah.
Coste, or however you pronounce his name, really helped you
Yeah.
out when he got you into Misery Mob in June of what year?
Uh, 2000 June. June of yeah. Sorry. June of 2019. I want
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah. Yeah. How did he help you though?
He, well, I at first I didn't really know how to mix like the type of vocals that I wanted, so I had seen him offering vocal mixing services on his Instagram story, and I had been listening to a lot of him and Two Beast, which shout out Two Beast, that's Six Beam and Deathface. So I was listening to a lot of them, so I was like, oh, let me get my vocals mixed from this fool, and then we kind of clicked and just started talking more, and then he put me on the Mob or Misery Mob, and yeah. But yeah,
Misery
shout out
Mob,
Coast.
Isn't Sly on Misery Mob?
Yeah, Sly's on Misery Mob. You got Insidious Poe, Hexmane, Coast, G Grim, Sly, and me.
Yeah. Nice. Alright, now what's Semper's beginnings? I heard it's only been 2 years though. Like that was surprising to me when I heard that.
So are we talking like the first time I ever did anything on a DAW, DAW or whatever you
Yeah.
call it, or like the time that led to me continuing?
Time that led you to continue it. Just
Oh,
both.
Okay, so well, the first time originally it's pretty funny. It was it was me and my stepbrother at the time. We were fucking around. I think one of our friends, we were supposed to go to this party, and our friend was supposed to sober drive us to it, and then he ended up like cancelling on us and sober driving like another group of mates. So we just decided we wanted to make a diss track on him. So so we did that. We made this real shit fucking diss track just for no reason. And then So that was like the first time ever. Like, that was when I figured out that I could actually write lyrics pretty good. Like, I just had a natural sort of knack for it in terms of like line structure and all that sort of stuff. And then, but the actual time that I continued was I downloaded Audacity, and then I just wanted to make a rap song as a joke. I don't know why. It was around the time that X passed. It was a little bit before that, and yeah, I downloaded this beat from YouTube. It was just like a free to use beat, and it sampled like a Britney Spears song. And I just like made it, and then after that, I started sort of making X style like lo-fi sort of like croaky tracks, and then it just sort of grew from there, I guess. And I was using an Xbox headset as a mic.
That's oh man, that's great. But I mean, when did you start like noticing what style you wanted to do, and then like fully went ham with it?
So it was around the time that I found like Freddie Dredd, Ghost, and like all that funk shit, all of that sort of stuff. I just sort of, it's weird. Usually people in the rap scene, they start from a young age and they listen to like the old shit, and then they progress into the newer shit. Whereas I listen to the new shit and go back to the old stuff.
Yeah.
I do it all backwards. So yeah, just sort of found my influence and then just started doing it, I guess. I found out what funk was and then sort of researched it. I like the sound. I like the lo-fi, gritty, dark shit. I've always sort of liked darker music, and it just grew from there and just evolved, mixed my influences.
And the influences are present. Like you sampled that amazing "Grow Up Memphis South, Memphis Westwood." That one. That's like the Haze song. Was crazy. I don't know what you sampled in the I got banned from heaven. I don't know what that was, but that was crazy. That was a good one.
That was the vocal sample in that. I don't know what that was either. I think it was just in like a funk drum kit pack that I found. It just like was one of the only ones without like a beat behind it, so I didn't have to like cut the frequencies out.
Yeah, that's annoying as shit. Like when there's like some cowbell melody in the sample, and it's like, no, I want to make my own cowbell melody. Like, fuck out of here. Yeah,
the cowbell melody itself I made.
That's the most iconic part of the beat. I'll tell you that.
That beat is ridiculous. That's one of my favorite beats.
And it's not like it's not in the sequel, but there's less cowbell in the sequel. Like, it's not the most like important part in the sequel to that. I'm talking about I Got Banned from Heaven 2, and that's why I fuck with the sequel, because like it starts off with it just sounds like the way it fades in is perfect and shit. But
yeah, the sequel, I wanted to make it more just like I fucking hate cowbell melodies, if I'm being honest. I hate them so much. I hate them. I can't stand them. I think they're just fucking oversaturated and just everyone just abuses them. So I tried to make it real similar to the one that I did before, but just less like fucking in your face. And then with some like newer sounding drums and like better mixed vocals and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, Teddy, what's your opinion on cowbell melodies? You don't even use them that much, so.
I mean, shoot, when they're, in my opinion, because there's not really, I guess, a solid proper way to do it, but if it sounds like it's done proper to me, I might enjoy it, but I'm not like a super big fan of a lot of cowbells, but that's not saying like I hate them or anything. I just
I like when they're used kind of like where a clap would be in a song, where like the melody plays and at the end of the pattern it goes dun dun or some shit like
just
that.
Used as a perk, sort of.
Exactly. Yes. That's when I mess with it. Like you'll hear that in like 6.6 syllables.
Yep.
You hear that, but some vocal chop where it's like I don't know. I don't know. Like I'd kill to like just see a screen recording of like Jay Green making a beat. Like Jesus Christ, I'd pay $300 just to see him, like hours of him making beats. Like who would you pay to see them make a beat?
That's a real good question. I would pay
Anybody.
Yeah.
Probably Madlib. Yes. Or Alchemist, probably.
Yeah, dude, Alfredo and fucking Fetty, like I listened to them so much, like last month. Fetty is overlooked. Everyone's like, who the fuck's Currency? I'm not gonna like, but real people know that Currency's like amazing. Like
Yeah, no, I've definitely fucked with that.
the Willie Lloyd is the best song off Fetty. Sempra, do you mess with like Madlib or Alchemist or Freddie Gibbs or anything?
I haven't dived into that sort of stuff. Teddy's shown me a little bit of it,
Yeah.
but I haven't really like gone and briefed. I don't listen to a lot of music actually.
Okay.
To be honest, I don't know. I don't even know how I make music. I don't know how I stay creative because I just don't listen to music.
You only listen to like what you're making at the time, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, when I worked, I don't work anymore. I just come to the studio every day and make music. But when I did work, I would listen to a lot of like Freddie Dredd and like all of that sort of stuff. Freddie Dredd, Denzel Curry. But at the moment, like I just haven't been listening to music. I feel like that's probably why I'm having a little bit of a producer's block at the moment.